some may call it cheese sauce. It's a morning. You can put it in the lasagna tin, make it thick or thin, and do it your way. When you make bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's a morning.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Good evening, you're listening to Rebecca Bowen, and tonight we're diving into the world of Curado, a celebration of bold flavours, rich traditions and the art of food done right. From what's on the plate to the passion behind it, tonight is all about how food connects culture, creativity and community. So whether you're cooking, commuting or just craving something delicious, stay right here. Turn up the volume and let's get stuck in. Welcome to the show, boys. I have three gorgeous guys in the house.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to give shout-outs to family and friends and hard-working staff?
The team at Curado, we should shout them out, shouldn't we? Especially after the big weekend. We've just done a France rugby game on a Sunday. We usually close on a Sunday. It was mega. The guys absolutely smashed it. So, yeah, the team in Curado deserve a good shout-out. I'm not going to name them all because I think I'd embarrass myself and forget someone.
For those of them who are still currently working while we get the joy of being out doing something different, they deserve the recognition for it.
Yeah.
Let's have a little introduction from you. So we have the chef. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ollie.
Ollie. And you're the head chef and you have a team of 5.
Yes, I do.
And you have how many covers? 120?
About 120.
Nice. And
He'll tell us all the time that we sit 120 people at the same time.
All at once. All at once.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't slide
I think it's
that
like
in
200 covers, to be honest.
Especially after
Sunday.
My name's Adam. My job title sort of moves around. I guess I'm the operations manager for the group.
Nice.
I guess we'll talk about that a little bit more about the rest of the business. But yeah, I'm the group operations manager.
Lovely.
And I'm Ben, and I'm the general manager of the restaurant itself, Curado. I took over after Adam decided he wanted a looser job title.
Or no job title, really, I guess.
We have the big boys in the house tonight. What does Curado mean and why did you choose that name?
Curado in Spanish means cured, and it's I suppose it's come from the owners, Paul and Shimona.
Yeah.
They brought it forward because obviously their lineage is Spanish, or Paul's is anyway. So the name comes from cured, and that's basically what we sell. Lots of cured meats, cheeses, things like that.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little collaboration between being cured, go out for dinner, have some food, have a glass of wine. Oh, I feel cured. And also that process of curing product, which Spain is so famous for.
It is,
in their jamon, in their cheese, in everything. That I think they've tried to cure everything at least once. So
the name is a direct nod to the Spanish cuisine then. The cured ingredients that feature in your food and deli flavours. Traditional Spanish cured produce is central to the experience, isn't it?
100%, yeah, that's exactly what we do, yeah.
Absolutely. What do you think makes Curado different from other restaurants in Cardiff?
I think one of our main thing is we're trying to be authentic as possible, and that's a big kind of project of everything we do, and it's at the heart of everything we do. Although we joke that a lot of our staff now are British.
That's Brexit.
Yeah. We're all British, but we all understand how Spanish produce works and kind of the way that people work in Spain and all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of what we really try and hone in on all the time. Our menu, our wine list, everything, absolutely everything we do is Spanish. We recently got an award, I say recently, a couple of years ago now, from it's kind of like a Spanish embassy thing, and they recognise restaurants in the UK and all over the world now. They've done it all over the world, but over 65% of your produce has to be from Spain.
Right.
Ours is at around 90. So just to that's where the level is. And we are around 90% of our produce, wine, food, drink, everything is from Spain, and we import that ourselves. That's our big project. That's what we're trying to do.
That's impressive. It's a laid-back Spanish tapas wine bar that feels more like a neighbourhood spot in Barcelona than a formal restaurant around the corner. You don't go there for huge main courses. You go to graze. Small, beautiful, simple dishes, the grilled prawns, the croquettes, the tortilla, I think I said that right. Seasonal specials, you have a great wine and sherry list. But zero snobbery.
No, and I think that's important.
It is important.
Super important, and especially when it comes to wine, I think there's that kind of and there was for me when I got into wine. I don't know if Ben will say the same, but when I was younger, wine was kind of seen as sort of almost elitist. Like people will drink wine and good wine because they can afford to and all that sort of stuff. Whereas we're trying to shine a light on wines you wouldn't necessarily try at a good price. And we spend our time, or Ben does, training the staff to kind of so they can showcase that to other people.
Yeah, so it's that real important side of it's not in an industry that's based on making money off the person that comes in.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily try and sell the highest price wine that you can get.
Entry level at good.
Start, come in, ask the questions, get to know your consumer. You know, speak to them about what they are looking for, and then connect them to a wine that they're going to enjoy. There may be a £50 bottle of wine that they're willing to spend money on, but if you can do the same for 30, and they leave remembering that you've spent time with them, and they remember your name as a server and the name of the wine that they super enjoyed, then that's far more important.
It is. It's a buzzing, cosy atmosphere, intimate but lively. How many people can say they've achieved that? Curado is about Spanish flavours, small plates and slow social eating. More about mood and sharing rather than formal dining. I love it. My nephew is there all the time with his buddies, and he always says you have to kick him out. He says the staff hate us in there. They have to kick us out because they order way too much, and they really get into that, what you've created. Yeah. I love that.
You've nailed the descriptions here. Next time I need to write something. I'm emailing you again.
My nephew, he's a foodie, and I send him out. Him and his friends, him and his girlfriend, they go and they're like, right, this place, and they just give me the full description.
Mate, I was like, God, she's talking about Curado. God, this is wicked.
They're there all the time, and they send me the pictures. I've actually uploaded them on my page. So, why did you decide to bring Spanish cuisine to Cardiff specifically?
I think there's quite a big journey to this, to be fair. So we're actually going into a big year as a business. So this year, Ultra Comida is 25 years old. So Ultra Comida
is it really?
Yeah, it is. That's kind of where it all started. So it started 25 years ago with Paul and Shimona. They're the owners, and they're based in Aberystwyth. They started with a little market in Ceredigion. Tiny little market shop. It did really, really well, and then a shop came up in Aberystwyth, and they thought, first bricks and mortar, let's do it. They did that for just shy of 10 years, and they opened another one in Narberth then. So we've got a site in Narberth called Ultra Comida. After kind of spending some time in Narberth, they were like, right, the city. Let's attack it. It's time to hit the city. So Curado just sort of came about from their like real love of that style of like that Basque style, and like you mentioned Barcelona, that like grazing, chilling out, having a glass of wine, having a pincho, popping in on your way home from work, and they were like, there's space for that in Cardiff. And that was 10 years ago. We turned 10 this year.
Wow, congratulations.
So it's our 10th birthday in October. We've got some big things planned. So
nice. You'll have to give us a shout out.
Yeah,
We'll definitely put that over there. And I think the owners definitely saw an opportunity to add that something different to the nightlife and the dining culture. Is a lively social place that wasn't just a standard sit down restaurant, but a bar where you could eat, drink, graze Spanish style, isn't it? So you're talking about Ultra Comida. So tell us more about them for the listeners. You mentioned Narberth, Aberystwyth. I didn't realise it was 25 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. I know Curado was opened in 2016, right?
Yes, 10. So
10
2016.
But I didn't realise, wow, and such starting off real, that's so impressive. So they had years of experience with Spanish food, wine, small plates, but wanted a bigger urban centre where more people could experience that style eating. Cardiff's vibrant stage for that ambition. How authentic is your menu to Spain, and how much of it is adapted to Wales? Because you mentioned like Cardiff, Narberth, Aberystwyth. 95%. Is it really 95% of yours? Is that authentic?
Honestly, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
it's unhinged Spanish, really.
Yeah, like
from importation of the produce we use to the preparation method we actually do in the kitchens. It's as close to Spain as we can get.
As you can get.
Yeah, it's not really catered towards to a British audience as such, but obviously British people love Spanish food when they go there so much. So yeah,
we get a lot of people come in now and say, God, this is as good as, if not better than what we've had in Spain.
Wow.
And that for us, that's the ultimate tick.
I know, as much as it's nice enjoying that, because customers do come out, when you do get a Spanish person going, this tastes just like I do at home, or they see the produce we sell in the deli and they're like, I've not seen that in a year because I've been living in Cardiff. And it's there you go, you got it. Or wine from their region, they're like, obviously every region of Spain does the best food, doesn't matter which one it is. It's like competition amongst themselves.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can almost track the changing trends and stuff that's going on in Spain by which customers are piping up the most about their produce. We've got people that will know, we know by name because they come in and they go, this is from my hometown.
Wow.
And I'll see stuff that they've walked past in their childhood growing up.
No
And
way.
those same companies are still there, and we work with them now, and they just love seeing it in Cardiff.
Kudos to you guys.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined with Ollie, Adam and Ben of Curado. The concept behind Curado isn't generic Mediterranean food, let's get that straight. It's rooted in Spanish tradition, especially the pinchos culture of northern Spain. I think I got that right. What's one Spanish dish you think people should know about? Let's have an answer from all three of you.
Go on, Ollie, you go
Chef,
first.
you first.
Oh, it's this really basic Spanish dish which I love. I've just come back from Madrid
Oh, nice.
and I've eaten my body weight in tortilla. And I think everyone should really try a proper tortilla. Honestly, I think it's...
No, I agree. I think
it's such a simple dish of eggs. I think it's... If you look at... It's traditional Spanish dish, obviously. And the way it's made slow and enjoyable. And it's just, I think, yeah, everyone should try it.
I host
Proper one.
foreign students, and I had a guy from Madrid. He came over and he made me one, but he put goat cheese in the middle and caramelized onion.
Nice.
yeah. See,
Homemade, proper, and he was from Madrid.
I think the
Madrid.
beauty of the tortilla is that it's different everywhere.
Different
and,
everywhere.
and you can't
From
like,
north to south.
Yeah, 100%, and even from town to town sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we've done tortillas and we've been like, God, we've come up with something new here, and then we'll Google it and we're like, oh no, this is famed in this tiny little town in such and such. So
Yeah.
there's so much you can do with a tortilla. I think you're pretty bang on, and there is such a thing as a bad tortilla.
Oh, it is such a bad thing.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I
So
hate to say it, southern Spain.
yeah.
Really?
Wow, I didn't want to call out.
I
a
know,
whole
I just call out a whole section. I just don't like a solid tortilla. I prefer a soft one.
Oh, no, I love
No, I like it cut in. It's like almost like a runny egg.
No.
Oh,
Coffee
okay.
potatoes, caramelised onions.
Like a Bavis omelette?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not for
Yeah.
me.
No, I like mine to be a bit more solid.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
to hold its structure all the way
Like an
through.
egg soup.
Oh, dear.
I love that you were asked, give the one thing that people should try, and you went for something that's like, anyway, there's 5 variations.
I love that, though. I love that.
Yeah, and there's some really bad ones out
Yeah.
there as well. So
I'm
yeah,
going
good
to
luck.
give an answer that nobody can argue with
Go on.
because everybody has their own one that they enjoy.
Yeah, nice. You played safe there really nicely.
Go for it.
What's yours, Ben?
Mine, how on about go? I'm going to go with the main thing because it's also the case of there's a massive emphasis on farm to table.
Yes.
Everybody says that everybody's distance from where their food comes from. In the middle of the restaurant, we've got 2 hamon legs that just sit there, and you can watch our chefs carve it off
Yeah.
fresh. There's no I wonder where this is from. There's a pig's leg, and you can tell which pig it is by the colour of the foot.
Yeah.
There's no getting away from this is what you're eating and this is where it's come from.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're going to serve Spanish food, you might as
Do it
well
right.
have the most Spanish food ingredient you can get.
And there's a true art form to Jamon Iberico. Like it's something to read about, like a little bedtime reading.
Okay.
Give Jamon Iberico a read because there's so many levels to it, isn't there?
Yeah,
It's-
there's a lot.
like we've done a lot of like training
We've done
almost,
quite a
and
lot of
it's
training.
even still kind of hard to pick up because it's so kind of complex and the story behind it, and there's a whole kind of it's family and all that sort of stuff, and it's so big in Spain.
Different
so, yeah.
variations in the grades. and
Yeah.
It's so different.
Nice.
Yeah, super, super interesting. So if you get a chance, you've got a spare hour,
I will.
check out
Now
Jamon
you've said
Iberico. Yeah, definitely. Mine's less of a dish and more of a product, a bit like Ben's gone for. Mine's mahama. So,
I've never heard of it.
right, so mahama is air-dried tuna.
Oh,
Yeah, which is famed in the south of Spain. Again, I think it's interesting because it's got this kind of this background of information and it's very specific. But we get all of ours from Bermeo, not
Yeah,
from Bermeo,
Herpac.
sorry, from Herpac.
We
They're
went-
down in the south of
we
Spain.
were
And we
there
went
last
there, yeah.
Oh, nice.
But it is what it says on the tin. It's air dried tuna belly, so it's solid.
Wow.
Really, really solid. It's loin actually. It's not belly,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's loin. So it's solid. So you can kind of like shave pieces off. It's
Okay.
got this lovely like salty kind of like fishy flavour that for me you can kind of put with anything, and it really, really enhances it. We've got a really lovely dish in the restaurant, haven't we? Where we've got tomatoes, goat's cheese. Oh, not tomatoes anymore. We've
Almonds,
changed it.
honey.
Almonds, goat's cheese, honey, a little bit of vinegar, a
balsamic.
little bit of oil. But in the south of Spain, they keep it super simple. They have this delicious mahama, then they put some salted almonds on it and just a drizzle of olive oil, and they'll have a glass of sherry and a lovely dish of mahama.
wow.
And again, it's about that product singing, and that's what's really important with Spanish produce.
All those
Is
flavours
that
come
sometimes like you can overcomplicate it. and actually the produce has done all of the work.
Yeah.
And that's where it's special. So yeah, mine would always be give my hammer a try, because it's something you wouldn't normally try.
You know, when you talk about produce like that, you forget how intricate and how difficult it is to do. And let's talk about your journey as a chef. Oh, come on. Only if you want to.
No, it's fine. I suppose I just left school
Yeah.
and was job hunting and worked as a KP for a while, and then thought, this looks like something I'd be interested in. Mum and Dad are both actually really good cooks.
Oh,
My dad
yes.
was a cook in the army for a very long,
there
for
you
all
go.
his life. So food was, I wouldn't say it was always like forefront in our house, but it was always good. My mum and dad travelled a lot when I was younger, so we had food from, my dad used to cook food from Malaysia and all stuff like that.
helps.
So I suppose it was something like that, and just developed into it. And obviously I've been in Curado now 9 years.
Yeah, 9.
Just
It's an
develop
innate thing
what I
that you
do
grew up
here.
with. Yeah.
He's doing himself a serious injustice. He's been doing this for 25 years now.
Yeah, quite
Worked
a while.
all over the place, London.
Oh, come on. Now
Like-
you're letting some of that. You don't want to name drop?
He's been here for 9 years working in Curado, but he's
Yeah,
worked in some massive.
but that's just general chefing. You work everywhere as a chef. You do all sorts of jobs in all different restaurants in all different places of the UK. So it's not anything different to like anyone else has done.
Why are tapas so special compared to a normal meal? It swept the nation with the small plates trend. San Sebastian, for instance, being a foodie haven.
Joe, I still don't really know the answer to that, I'll be honest with you. I honestly don't know why the word tapas it's gone so mad. Because ultimately, in Spain, tapas is a little bit more than what we see it here. Tapas is about that kind of collection of food, but it's a thing. It's about sitting down, having food with your family, you loads of dishes on the table, you kind of like help yourself, pass it round. You sort of every night, whereas in the UK we see tapas as a bit more of like a small plates. You have a couple of tapas, but in Spain it's slightly different. So I don't really know the answer to that, but I guess it kicked off the small plates trend. I'd probably say
It works quite well with when we talk to people for the first time. It's one of the most common questions is which part is the tapas. Is where you're trying to run someone through it. It's trying to connect the customer to the idea that every single thing here is tapas. If you go in with the idea that we're going to put some plates on the table, they're all delicious, we're all going to like them, and we just take what we want from it. Whether it's big, whether it's small, whether it's something designed for like a solo eater, they are all tapas if you're just willing to have that bond of we're sitting down for a meal with the people that we want to be having a meal with.
Yeah, it's sharing for me. Tapas. The word tapas for me is more sharing than it's about sharing out some food and having a good time and all that sort of stuff. So.
Yeah, I think with a normal meal, you choose one dish and you're locked into it, and I think with tapas, it's little adventures. Like you were saying earlier, crispy, salty, saucy, fresh, meaty, veggie, and it's built for sharing.
Yeah.
Tapas forces you to talk, pass plates, clink the plates, and you react to the food together. You lose the rules of etiquette, which is a great in my book, always. And it carries the romance of Spain, the sun, bars, wine, the noise. The tapas comes with an idea of life, slow evenings, grazing, conversations, warmth. Do you have live music? Do you host live music?
No, we don't actually. No.
Or salsa? You don't know host salsa?
No, we don't. Our tables are stuck down, so it's very difficult to do salsa in
so
that room.
there's no room for a salsa
No,
night?
there isn't. Not yet. Anyway, I'll leave that with Ben to sort out.
We have a small sister bar next door, Vermouth, where we do vermouth and sherry, predominantly, mixed into cocktails in order to get people drinking something they normally wouldn't. Now they do live music, but that's much more tailored towards that kind of audience. They're sitting there for one or two drinks. They've not got a full meal in front of them. They can spin around, talk across a room over some live music. Whereas us, they may share the food, but don't share the space.
I see. Welcome back to the show. We are joined with Ollie, Adam and Ben from Curado. I'm loving the show, boys. Yeah, it's up there with my favourites, I gotta be honest. What are you most proud of about Curado?
I think for me it's probably the atmosphere that's created.
It is,
I think it's always kind of, you go in there and you always feel safe. You always know you're going to get good food, and you always know there's kind of like a happy atmosphere in there that you can kind of get involved with. And I think that's something that the team kind of worked tirelessly on. we know that the food speaks for itself. We know the drink speaks for itself. So what the team do there, I think, is absolutely amazing.
Magic.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, it's in a very similar vibe. It's that ability to match what you're looking for. We're split across 2 floors, upstairs, fully seated, very restaurant vibe to it. If you're coming in, you just want a meal with whoever you've brought, then you're fine. We've got a 22-seater bar where you can chat to whoever's next to you, get a little plate if you want to. We've got standing room, high tables. Like, no matter what you're going out for of an evening, we're there to go, okay, assess the vibe, see what's going on, and then get you sat in a place where you're going to get what you want from that particular evening, even if it's different to what you came for last.
Amazing, you've created an experience, and it's not just Spanish-ish flavours, you've brought the real culture to Cardiff. What kind of products can people buy from your online store?
Everything. Honestly, everything.
One of the things we do, if you see it on a menu, you can buy it in our store.
Yeah.
So you can take home what I cook for you, you can recreate it at home, come and ask me for a recipe and I'll give it to you.
You're joking.
Unless it's Saturday and he's like 10 checks deep, and then he's not quite so happy about
leave me an
that.
email. But yeah, no, anything we cook on a menu, it's available to buy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we've got our deli in Curado, so we've got a little deli shop in Curado, and then obviously Ultra Comida, we've got a website. You can buy. Honestly, that's the beauty of what we do, is that we import the produce that we then cook.
Yeah.
That you can also do the same. So yeah, that is part of our kind of like, that's our USP. That's why it is. Why we try and say it's so authentic is because we've gone straight to source.
How many chefs will actually give away their recipes? Do you have a cookbook?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Thinking of doing that?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Yeah. We'll add it
kind
to the
enough.
list of things.
List of
New
projects.
menu first in
New menu
March,
first,
then we'll.
yeah.
It is important to import the products directly from Spain instead of buying locally, isn't it? Like a hamon, you said, and the anchovies from Canterbury, and I can't even pronounce half of these olives from Andalusia. They don't just taste Spanish, they are Spanish. I mean, importing direct means the flavours are right, the textures are right, the methods are right. You can't really recreate that by buying generic versions in the UK. So do you work with farmers and producers in Spain?
We do, yeah. We, like I said, we direct import almost all of our portfolio. So there's not much that isn't directly imported from those small producers in terms of wine and food. And our owner Paul has spent a lot of time in Spain looking for those smaller producers and also those ones you recognise, because sometimes it's nice to go into our deli and see something you've seen in Spain, because it's a bit of a safety then, isn't it? When you walk into a shop you go, oh god, I recognise that.
Yeah.
I recognise that from Barcelona, say. Then you're like, well, maybe I'll have a little bit more of a look around. So that we try and find those really niche kind of products and that sort of stuff, but also there are some of those kind of, we call them a little bit of like window shopping, where you see it, catches your eye, you're like, oh, where do I recognise that from? So yeah, that's a big part of this business, is that making sure, yeah, big time, and making sure that we are trying to get the best produce that we can possibly get our hands on from those best producers available.
There's a couple of producers that started with us and now we're in the big stores in the UK.
Yeah.
Really?
And there's producers we still work with now that we started with over 20 years ago.
Oh, great.
So our olive producer, we're one of the first times. There's a Manamino oil. We worked with those right from the start. There's a couple of cheeses that we've been with for 20 odd years. So yeah.
Impressive. Businesses that import regularly have learned to manage new systems, because before Brexit it was very simple. When the UK was in the EU, single market, food from Spain moved into the UK with no custom checks, paperwork, no declarations, no certificates, just transport and delivery, like moving goods from 2 UK regions, isn't it? That's not the case anymore. Food from Spain is treated the same as outside the EU now, you know, you have to register with the UK customs, you have to submit import declarations and provide documentation, prove the origin and safety of products. This adds time, admin, costs compared with before. How difficult was adapting to that change? I
think the difficulty is that it was never quite set up. So we went into Brexit and nobody kind of knew what the next 10 years looked like. So every year there's something new, there's something going on, there's something we're not ready for. And I think one thing we found quite difficult, especially in finding new producers, is the Spanish producers are a little bit less or a little bit hesitant to work with the UK now because of all the new paperwork, all the new declaration, all of the new costs, all the new things we need them to do for us.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably been the saddest side of it for us. There's producers we have worked with over the years that have gone, do you know what?
You've lost them, have you?
Yeah, it's just not working for us. It's too expensive, or we can't give you the price you need for you to be able to sell our product and stuff. So I think that's the saddest part. And I think nobody was given the information at the start, were they? So that, and I think that's probably the difficulty, is that we're still learning more. We're still finding new kind of things that we have to work towards or change in order to make it work. And I think that's what's difficult, is this ever-changing market.
Ever-changing market that you're
and obviously the
adapting to.
cost, God, that's astronomical now.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And Curado doesn't represent one specific region of Spain exclusively, like only Basque or Catalan. It focuses on traditional Spanish culture and the flavours of the small dishes and typical of bars across Spain in the, all the regions, isn't it? What's your favourite region?
It's Andalusia.
Andalusia?
Yeah, southern Spain. Even though I don't like the tortilla. the rest of it, I do love Andalusia. I love the culture. The food from that region for me is some of the best.
Yeah. What about yours?
Mine's Catalonia, because I'm a big cava drinker. I absolutely love cava, and that's where cava's from. So you get some outstanding cava.
Oh, you're big on your wine, aren't you?
I am, yeah. That's my kind of.
Now, do you prefer the bottle fermented method, or do you like the tank method, the chamat method? Because there is a difference.
I will throw no shade on either.
Okay.
But off air, I've got some very strong opinions of that.
Okay.
I'm a traditional method person, so
me too.
I prefer that. I just think the flavour profile is slightly different. That's not to say you can't get any good tank method wines. However, for me, especially when it comes to sparkling, yes, and that's always what I search for, 100%. So yeah, that's.
Do you think that some cavas that are tank method can stand up to champagne?
I think that a lot of cava can stand up to champagne, but not the tank method, not quite so much. No. But
have you got any names so we can try for our listeners?
I mean, we work with a company called Umezu. And we've worked with them for years, and their sparkling wines are amazing.
How do you spell that?
Just UMES and then U again.
Okay.
I think some of their traditional method all the way through. They're organic.
Okay.
Their wines are absolutely beautiful.
Price range?
We all over. So we've got their starting Brut Nature is £12.95.
Nice.
And their high end, they've got a high end wine that we stock, which is £35. But you can, I would start with their Brut Nature just to kind of understand, because for me it's quintessentially what cava kind of tastes like.
Okay.
And then you can try the other wines from there. They've got some like limited production stuff. They've got some Pinot Noir heavy wines. They do some no sulfites, and they do some single varietal wines. So yeah, start with their Brut though. I think is a really excellent kind of basing for trying cavas. So yeah, that would be my go-to, I think.
I trust your knowledge on this. What's your favourite region?
Gotta be Alicante for me.
Alicante?
Alicante.
There are Michelin star restaurants in Alicante though.
Yeah, I've been to one. Literally one.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a trip a few years ago.
Okay.
But I've been for a man that runs a wine bar, I've been accused of having baby mouth in the past. I don't like big, heavily tannic wines. I like something a little bit softer, a lot more fruit forward, very bright, very vibrant. As Curado down there, they make really, really vibrant, like easy drinking red wines that we've had from down there. And I just think that will suit me. There is never not a day a week where I think, whatever mood I'm in, I will drink a bottle of wine from that region, and it's going to work for me.
Wow.
So, I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Loving that. Curado is special due to the combination of things. It's authentic, high quality, Spanish authenticity, lively atmosphere, staff who make the experience feel personal and fun, all of which keeps people coming back all the time, right?
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined with Ollie, Adam and Ben of Curado. Let's elaborate more on the business, because you've got a wine bar, you've got Curado, and you've got something on Penarth Road.
Yeah, so we've got, in Cardiff alone, we've got 3 different businesses.
There we go.
So we've got Curado Bar, which obviously we've just spoken about. Next door to that, we've got our little hole-in-the-wall bar,
I love that.
Which is based on those tiny. If you've ever been to Madrid, there's like neighbourhoods of tiny little bars. You go in, you have one thing, you have a glass of vermouth or wine or whatever, and you go. And that's kind of where the influence of vermouth came from.
Nice.
So it's a tiny little bar. We've got 24 seats in there. Like Ben said, it's vermouth and sherry focused, with cocktails and some like little like bits to pick out, meat and cheese boards, breads, almost like pre-dinner, after dinner kind of setup almost. And then alongside that, we've got our I guess we call it a supermercado really. It's Spanish wines on Penarth Road. So halfway up Penarth Road on the left, we've got a little big orange building. It's a warehouse, but it's also a shop. So it's an opportunity for us to showcase absolutely all of our produce in one place. So if you go to Curado and you try something and it's not in the deli, you can definitely go to Penarth Road. We import over, by range, we've got over 600 different Spanish wines, vermouths, sherries, all that sort of stuff. And food-wise, we're very similar in the amount as well. So yeah, on Penarth Road we've got that. And then, like I said, we've got our little Ultra Comido delis in Narberth and Aberystwyth, and we've got another supermercado in Aberystwyth. That was the original one, where the idea came from. Came out the back of COVID, where people were more interested in our wines and stuff like that. So we were like, well, how do we do better? How can we showcase everything? Because it's definitely, as much as online shopping is a massive thing now, for me, I still can't beat going into a shop and chatting to somebody.
Yes.
And that was such a big part of it, was being able to have a chat and learn about new wines and food and all that sort of stuff. And the amount of people that come in and go, oh, I was in Curado last night, we had this wine and this food, have you got it? I'm like, yeah. So, but yeah, because people don't realise we're the same place. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you do wine pairing events as well?
We do, yeah. We do a lot of like collaborations with other restaurants in terms of wine tastings. We do have a wine tasting room up there. In the winter, it's incredibly cold, so we stop over the winter. But we are thinking over the summer we'll do some more. We get like producers over, or like me, I'll do a wine tasting and we'll present like 5 or 6 wines. We do our big Christmas wine tasting where we do sort of 10 to 15 wines. We pair them all to like your Christmas dinner. So yeah, there's always stuff to kind of keep an eye out for. If you kind of follow us on social media, that's where we tend to advertise most stuff now.
I'm impressed with your knowledge of wine. What's your background? Tell us a bit about your background.
I used to work for Tesco many years ago. I came to Cardiff. I'm from Somerset originally. I came to Cardiff for uni. I left uni, had loads of debt, had a job in Tesco, worked
As
in
we all
Tesco.
do, yeah.
Loads of debt. Had a job in Tesco, worked full time for them. Some stuff kind of came about, and a friend of mine offered me a job in hospitality. And this was 12, 13 years ago now. And I went, do you know what? Why not? I've heard about the social life, heard about all that sort of stuff. Started in cocktails, worked in a bar called 10 Mill Lane many years ago, and then went from there and did a pub in the Flora in Catay's Terrace. We opened that when it got refreshed. Worked in the dock for a bit, and then job in Curado came up. How long have you been here? 8 years, 9 years.
9 years.
Well, 8 years ago, I think roughly, there was a job in Curado, and that's kind of where I fell in love with wine. I hadn't really touched wine before.
Really?
Yeah, but we're very lucky. Like we have spoke about the produce and the wine. We do have very good wine. We have very good food, very good wine, and that's such a big part of it. So I was opened up to very good Spanish wine,
Spoiled.
and that was the start. Very much spoiled. So that was the start for me, and from there on, I've just fallen in love with it.
Do you like red wine as well?
Red wine, white wine, yeah. I mean, my go-to is sparkling, but I'll drink anything really.
I love sparkling wine with like a lemon dessert.
Yeah.
You cut through it. When I ask, can I have a Prosecco or a Cava or a sparkling wine with dessert, they look at me like I'm nuts, but I love it with a lemony dessert.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the one thing that's been forgotten about sparkling wines, and Cava specifically. It's so food friendly.
Yeah.
A lot of if we do any pairing dinners, I tend to do like a sparkling in the middle.
Yeah.
Just to kind of mix it up. It's so open to all different kinds of food. It's got acidity, it's got loads of balance.
Exactly.
It kind of cuts through different foods. So yeah, for me it's a real kind of a jack of all trades almost.
Me and my partner use it predominantly with curries. If we're making curry at home, anything with that little bit of spice to it, a little bit of edge, a Cava will really cut through a lot of that, refresh the palate, make sure that you're tasting everything like for the first time every time. It works really well.
Absolutely, I can agree with that. Ben, tell us about your journey.
Well, very similar to Adam. I came here for university. I'm from Gloucester, in England originally. I'm sorry, but then I've always worked in hospitality. I was working at a pub at 16. Moved on to that. Worked in a club all the way through the university, Got to the end of uni, decided I don't want to sit in a city planning office for the rest of my life. And so I went back to what I know, what I love, which is working in hospitality. Moved home over COVID. Post-COVID, decided to come back. Sat in a coffee shop, sending out emails, and job in Curado came up. That was 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
This summer, 5 years ago. And yeah, I fell in love with it instantly.
He interviewed really well. It's a very good interview.
Yeah.
It really does.
You have to give interview tips. You have to come back and give interview tips. I'm serious, that's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
If you did a great interview, you know, the people that think of
I
terrible
now
interviews.
run interviews in I like to think, a very unique way, which is I will spend a maximum of 4 minutes talking about the job. You spend 40 hours a week with someone. We're in an industry which is based on, can you talk to somebody?
Yeah.
So I like to talk to them more than anything else. Can you sustain a conversation?
Yes.
Which is far more important, and anybody can learn about
that.
wine. We all love wine. We all love food.
Yeah.
And you can learn more about it, but you've really got to have that desire to want to know more, to talk about it, to discuss it with the people around you, and that's far more important.
A lot of venues have a high turnover of staff. You've been there 5 years, you've been there forever, sort of thing. How do you that stands up on it, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? Just goes to show how well you treat each other, how well you get on. I'm not going to name any places, but they have a high turnover of staff, and you just got to look at it and think,
You'd be surprised what you can get away with good wine.
Yeah, the industry definitely struggles with that. And that's, I think it's not until we kind of talk about it that you realise, that we've done it.
Retention's quite strong.
Yeah, it is, especially
Because it's not just the three of us, is there?
There's quite a few of us that
members of staff who are 3 years, 4 years deep.
Yeah, stayed with us and kind of stuck to it. So
that speaks for itself. That's brilliant. Let's have our quick fire round. Spain on a plate. Who's going to be up for the chef? Chef. Paella or tortilla?
Tortilla.
Tortilla. Chorizo or jamon?
Chorizo.
Chorizo.
Pardon?
I like that. Chorizo.
Like chorizo.
Sexy chef. Olive oil or butter?
Ooh. Mood. Depending on mood.
Depend on the mood. Nice. Tapas or big plates?
Tapas.
Tapas. Rioja or cava?
Rioja.
Okay. Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
Seafood or meat?
Meat.
Garlic or paprika?
Both.
Yeah, meat. Salsa or bachata?
Flamenco.
Flamenco! I love it. I wish we had a flamenco track to put in now. Let's have our last track of the evening, boys. That brings us to the end of tonight's delicious journey. Huge thanks to Curado, the Spanish tapas bar right here in Cardiff, for bringing the taste of Spain to our plates and our airwaves. From bold flavours to beautiful small plates, Curado reminds us that food is best when it's shared with friends, family and a little bit of passion. Until next time, support your local spots. Buenos noches, mi gente.
Radio Cardiff.